So, Diana.
Yes.
What is your thing that you would like to do?
Okay, so what's happening this day at the castle?
At the castle, right now is when you have people that are starting to come in and do their paying their respects thing. You have people coming to visit the prince. He's sitting upon the throne pretty much for the whole day, with people lining up into the street. And it's cold weather outside. Like, it's windy and it's cold, but people are lining up past the fountain into the street, bringing gifts and things like that to, gifts for the prince for like, hey, congratulations on becoming king, but also his like condolences for your father's passing.
That's such a fucked up thing, though.
Yeah, it's a weird place to be.
Because it's like, yay, you're king now, but also dad.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what do you even say?
You're the king now because your family is dead. Like, it's kind of fucked. Yeah.
You just go up and you're all like, so yikes, but then you finger gun and then you leave.
Respectful finger gunning.
Yeah, okay. So seeing as he's going to be busy all day.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Diana's gonna head out and I'm gonna drop by the scabbard first.
Okay.
And see what's going on in there.
Alright. So once you arrive at the scabbard, you find Tuazar Kellas. I need to remember her name because I just played
Callus.
I for some reason it's not even that difficult of a name, but I keep forgetting it myself.
Me too.
There's some of them that I just remember really easy, and some of them I can't.
I still remember it clearly.
It's like my waifu.
There it is. So the plate armor waifu and Simona Neris are there. Tuazar's there, and Merton is there as well. And they're all just kind of sharing a cup of coffee over the counter. Like, they have like a big jug.
Yeah.
That's full of like this really hot cocoa that Tuazar's made.
Yep.
And
the typing is a little bit loud.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that Kay?
I don't know who that is, but it's a little bit loud. It's kind of
It's like right into the mic.
Yeah.
My mic's muted.
Anyway,
that was probably me then. Sorry about that.
yeah.
Normally I'm not like that. What happened?
Yeah, it doesn't
like
usually happen.
super
It was
loud. I have
super
no
loud
idea.
for some reason. Anyway, yeah, okay. Are they talking about anything?
They're just kind of making small talk, chit-chatting and stuff. Yeah.
Fuck. This is...
But yeah, they're just making small talk about this and that. They see you walk in and they welcome you in, wave you inside, and as you come in, like you quickly close the door behind you because it's real windy outside and it's cold. And it's nice and toasty in here. They have like a hearth going with fire.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Good. So I guess I approach them, I join them, and I ask if there's been any talk about, what we discussed last night.
Right. The what? Just jog my memory. What exactly are you talking about?
Well, they've been
part?
like letting on everything that's happening at this point.
Right. They nod. And so they've organized to open up. They're doing like a guild drive for willing and able warriors and that sort of thing. They're opening up a contract to kill a dragon. Just like a normal guild contract.
Okay.
But they're making it so that like we need a large group of people. Like the purple worm contract, but it's kind of like, or the frost worm contract. But they're not expecting a whole heap of people to show up, but thanks to Clovis, they're able to put a rather large bounty on it. So they're expecting a few talented people to show up.
Yeah, it'd be like, oh.
Worth. Get my family out of debt.
Shit.
Yeah, it's a thing. So the contract is being written up by Tuazar as they talk, and Simon's sort of overseeing it. He's fixing grammatical errors and things she's making, getting her to reword things, and you can see like a couple of scrunched up parchments on the floor, like she's rewritten it a couple times, and he keeps policing over the top of it.
Oh my god.
While Eris chats to Merton, who's very eager to chat with Simon, because I mean it's wish you will.
He's like, oh shit.
Yes.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So
he's talking to her about like magic stuff and potion making and herbalism and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Big fan. Loves her work.
Of course he does.
Of course he does. They've, gotten together over it. Anyway. So yeah, they're just talk about that and getting everything prepared.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that it was moving along.
It is, yeah.
All right. So it looks like you guys got this pretty much under control.
They all kind of nod, and Kelas says, "Don't worry, we'll make sure that everyone is safe, and we deal with this problem quickly."
It's funny to think that in the end we are going to have to take on this thing after everything that happened last time.
Well, yes.
I mean, you weren't here, but it was kind of a big situation, and there was screaming, and I nearly punched someone, and yeah.
Understandable. I do not believe that I was here last time. I was on a job at the time, dealing with orcs.
Ah, yes.
Good.
We've run into a few of those.
Where?
To the east.
Oh. I haven't been out that way yet.
That's...
If a job comes in for them, I will go and get rid of them.
Yeah. Anyhow. That's pretty much that. Yeah, they're working on that, so that's good. Okay. In that case, Diana is going to excuse herself and she's going to head out and like get some of the other things she wants to do then. She is going to head to the Hunters Guild.
Okay. So you head to the Arrow Rock Hunters Co. We're in Vaskia now. Man. So you head to the Arrow Rock Hunters Co. Which is kind of in that main southern stretch, like in the same stretch where like the SSO Guild is and the Scabbard Guild, and kind of in that same main street, a few doors down. The only guild that is separate is the Sigil Shield Guild, which is kind of in the eastern sort of ward, like near where that White Dragon-born inn is, and near where the blacksmith is, and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
So you head to the Arrow Rock Hunters Co. When you head inside, they have very different trophies. Everything's quite white. They have like winter wolves and
I guess that makes sense
things like that. Yeah,
rather
rather than just your average wolves, like things like that. So more frosty sort of trophies.
Yeah.
Mounted up on the walls, and you can see this elven woman who is sitting cross-legged on a stool, and a couple of other members of the guild looking at a he appears to be like a half orcish man, with like long straggly sort of hair, and he's talking about this shot that he made on this big bird that was like way up in the sky, and he's talking about it as if it was this great epic thing, but he just happened to time his shot right, fire his arrow, and like wing the thing, and it came down. And like, you know, he's talking about how it was enough to feed several people and blah 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 blah. And he's just regaling them with this tale. Roll an insight check for me.
All right.
You can tell that this is probably a tale that he's told a number of times. He's just super proud of it.
Oh, buddy.
Fuck, that's funny.
So once you head into the guild, they the elven woman stands and respectfully excuses herself and walks away over to you. She's a very regal sort of person, not the type you would expect to be part of a hunter's guild.
Right.
More of like a matronly sort of SSO guild member or that sort of thing.
Curious.
She sort of glides her way over and she says, "Welcome to the Arrow Hunters Guild."
Hi, thank you. She introduces herself and I guess she offers to shake hands.
Shakes hands with you, and she has a very delicate touch to her. Like, she's very regal and sort of that kind of...
That is curious.
Yeah.
And she says, "I'm looking for someone that can make me a bow."
Yes. You will want Old Tav. And she directs you to a man you can see in the corner who's stringing a bow. He's a half-elven man. He's quite old. He has grey hair that's kind of messy on top. And he has like... his left eye is shut tight, and he has like a large spyglass on the right eye. Like not a spyglass, but like a big monocle kind of thing to like closely look at a magnifying glass on his right eye to really closely look at the bow that he's trying to string. And he's trying to like it's like threading a needle, but it's like you have to hold the bow taut and pull the bowstring up over the top. And he's just like, like his tongue's out, and he's just like, he's shaking and he's focused and he's like trying his hardest to like get it all to fit together nicely.
Okay, I thank her and I head up to where this guy is. I wait for him to be done with that thing he's doing.
Okay.
I observe for a while, I guess, until he gets that difficult thing done.
So he manages to like get the thing over the hook on the top, and then he releases it and kind of like points it away from him. Just to make sure like this isn't gonna explode and flick back and take an eye out or anything like that. And once he's done, he kind of tests the string, pulling it back a few times, and it's a decent enough bow. He's like, and he leans it up against the wall, and he looks up and sees me. He's like, "Oh gosh, hello."
Hello. Sorry about that. I was looking for someone that could make me a bow, and I was directed to you.
Yes. A standard rate would be. Are you a guild member?
Not really.
Okay, standard rate would be 30 gold pieces.
Yeah, look, I have an interesting project in mind.
Okay.
And so she explains what she wants to him.
Okay. He says, Yes. Do you have the materials needed?
Yep.
Oh, good. I'll need those.
Yeah, she hands it over to him.
Thank you. And he takes them all together and puts them aside. And he says, altogether, I expect maybe 150 gold pieces.
Okay. I can pay up front.
Excellent. That's even better.
And so she hands him over the money.
All right.
150, you said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
How long will this take, more or less?
A day, maybe 2.
Okay.
As you're aware, using this will require some amount of power. Someone need to be quite strong to be able to use it. I won't be able to use it.
No worries.
Okay,
I'm sure we can handle it.
good.
Well, in that case, I'll see you in a couple of days. Thanks for that.
Yes, good. Your name?
Diana Bloodthorn.
He nods and he says Tavaril Tavishani. Most of them called me Tav or Old Tav.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Tav.
It's very disrespectful.
Sorry. Yes, please. Tavaril Tavishari. Okay. He's a what?
Half elf.
Half elf.
Very old half elf. He has gray hair. He kind of has not a beard, but more of like a stubble, and a lot of wrinkles. He's quite on in his years. Like for a half elf to age in such a way, he's quite old. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, she thanks him and she says she'll see him in a couple of days and she heads out.
Okay. So
I do have another couple of things I want to do, so if we maybe go to everyone else, that'd be probably
all right.
good.
So back over to Faye and Lazira.
Mm-hmm. I think at this point, after that whole, crazy thing that happened, we head back to the guild and just kind of check up on a few things and stuff like that. Because we kind of did just leave Timbertail just out of nowhere.
Poor guy.
Bye, Timbertail.
It's like, what the fuck, guys?
All right, so you head over to see Timbertail back at the guild.
He's a good boy. He was picking up the mess.
Yep. He's picked up all the glass. You can see somebody has broken through the window.
Yeah.
It was so unnecessary, Marigold.
There's a front
that was
door.
a little extra. The door was unlocked. I didn't tell her that though. I just assumed she'd wait for me.
Yeah.
I thought hey, when's a good time we can meet up? She's all like, oh, just fucking do it. I'm like,
she and Lasaur really belong together.
Girl, what the fuck?
So, you're right back at the guild, and Timbertail has stacked the glass into little piles, and you can see he's got one piece left, and he's just sort of looking amongst all the piles. They're all jagged random pieces, and they're not exactly even, but across the top they're almost exactly evenly stacked, and he's just got this one last piece that he's like, I don't know where to put it, which pile, because he puts it on one, and then that pile is slightly bigger, and he puts it in the other one, that one's slightly, and he doesn't know where to put this piece, so he's just kind of blepping in focus as he looks at all the other piles.
Jesus. So they're all even at this point. It's just
pretty much.
Left.
Okay, Faye just kind of goes up and just takes the glass piece out of his hand and just throws it in the trash there.
He's like, yes, this is a good solution.
So, exactly how has things been? Sorry we kind of ran off on you there last night.
Things are okay at the guild. Timbertail
Okay.
was awoken from his nap earlier when a lady and her friends broke through the window. But they explained that they were friends and they were invited. Timbertail
He's
does not
such a
understand
bad-
why they did not
Knock.
open the door, but
He's such a bad guard dog. He's all like, "Oh, they're friends." Like, "Oh, they're fine."
I mean, that's exactly what a cat would do. He would just be like, yeah, okay. And go
Whatever.
back to
Yeah.
and so they broke the window and they left. They took the guy with them. But he says after they left, Timbertail began picking up the glass. He did not want to wake up from his nap again and step on glass. That was when you guys arrived.
Yeah, sorry about that whole thing. So what are you gonna do while we're away?
Do we invite him? Do we ask him if he wants to
Yeah.
stay?
Do you want to we're going to be up in Vaskier taking care of a few things, but I mean, do you want to stay or do you want to come with us or?
He says, Timbertail does not mind. Timbertail could go and do a job for the guild. This will make Simon happy when Simon comes back.
You could do that, yes.
He's so sweet.
I know. It's up to you and everything. Is there what do you exactly what type of jobs do you do when we're not around? You don't really strike me as someone who does a lot of heavy fighting, especially after how Simone took care of you the other day.
You see Timbertail shudder slightly.
Funny, no.
But he says, yes, Timbertail does more investigative work. Stealthy.
Sneaky deaky stuff.
Sneaky work, yes.
Interesting. I don't know what I was gonna say. I had something I was gonna say, but well, I guess if you're here and no one else is here, then I guess I don't know.
Timbertail needs to know, are we expecting anybody else to break into the guild?
I hope not. Although we probably should patch this window up somehow before you go as well.
He turns and looks at it and says, Timbertail can fix this.
You can fix it? Okay. So I guess you're gonna leave on a thing then? On a what's the word I was gonna use?
A contract?
Contract. Yeah, I was gonna say mission, but I was like, he's not James Bond.
It could be to him.
Sneaky work.
He says, perhaps not immediately, but yes, soon. Timbertail will probably nap and have something to eat first.
As a cat would.
Who's gonna watch the cats though?
It might be a good idea to ask Bo if he can.
Okay. Okay. You guys plotting things against me. Stop.
No.
Everyone's like, yes. All according to Kiko.
This was planned all along.
This was the whole plan, this whole session. Okay, no. Willface just like, well, if that's the case, then, well, I hope you have a safe trip on wherever you go. And then I turn to Lazira and then I say, why don't you go ahead and head over to the SSO and I'll meet you there. I need to take care of a few things unless you want to come, but it's up to you. If she comes, she's gonna straight up torture us. Help.
She gives you a thumbs up and she says, yeah, okay, sounds good. And then she makes her way over to the guild.
Whenever Nick plays Lazira, she sounds so chill. That's fine.
Yeah.
She probably would leave you to do you because she probably wants like Faye and Bo to like be things. So
Yeah.
I think that's pretty.
If you just like
accurate.
straight up like hey,
She just like wink at you like.
like do we stop?
Your
Please
eyebrow
stop.
wiggle.
But okay, in that case, then I'm gonna head up to the bakery, and yeah.
Okay. So you head over to that good old Branderholt bakery.
Yeah, I approach the door and enter it.
So inside the bakery, Bo is currently sort of halfway through his shift, serving the old couple, Tilly and Bernard. They're just buying like a loaf of
Aw.
bread and some stuff like that.
I
and
love
they
them.
pay their
I
money and
know.
give them a little bow of the head and make their way outside, shuffling
I
along.
give them a wave as they leave.
Bernard holds
They
the door
probably don't
open.
even remember me.
Yeah, Bernard holds the door open for Tilly,
I'm
and
sure
Tilly
they
gives
do.
you a little wave. And they smile and make their way outside.
Mm-hmm.
And Bo smiles and waves at you as well.
Oh, they're so sweet, and I love them.
Roll an insight check for me.
Hold on, you're skipping just a slight bit.
Roll a insight check.
Oh, roll an insight check. There you go. Sorry, I like I said, sometimes the internet's a little bit weird today.
So
Oh my god.
you get the impression that Bo thought you were waving at him, so he waved back.
Oh, buddy.
Sweetheart.
I know.
Let him believe that.
I won't say anything.
Let him believe.
He's like, no, I was waving at them, you nerd!
He's all like, notice me, senpai.
Just like, bitch, you thought.
Faye approaches the counter and says, surprise, I'm back early. Just kidding, not really, it's really quick.
He says, surprise, I'm back early. He's like, oh, just kidding, it's really quick. He's like, oh, okay.
So I have a huge favor to ask of you. We're still technically out of town. I had to come back real quick and take care of something. Faye says that for gritted teeth. Like, as she says, I had to take care of something regarding that whole chase sequence.
Yep.
Yeah, she's like, and I have to head out of town, and normally, like, someone is at the guild, but no one's at the guild, and obviously we can't leave the cats there by themselves, so...
He gives you a thumbs up, and he's like, I'm on it.
Awesome. And then Faye kind of thinks for a bit, and then she says, I also have another favor to ask you. Feel free to say no, but the thing that we're going to do, I don't feel too comfortable bringing my dog along. Well, my dog, my wolf. Here, this is my dog, by the way. This is my wolf, Moro. She like presents him, and
he's sort of like sitting there wagging his tail against the floor.
She gives him a good pap on the head. And I'm not sure if, I mean, obviously you probably don't know much about wolves and stuff like that, but if you don't mind, I would technically feel a little more comfortable leaving him here just for the time being, just until this whole mess is like taken care of. And if you could, watch it. But again, no pressure. If you can't, it's fine. I can take him with me. It's just...
He says he's not gonna like eat the cats or anything like that.
No. The cats actually, him and the cats actually get along quite well, and he's actually very well behaved. And like Faye just like turns to Moro, and she just like tells him to sit and like to shake his hand and stuff like that, just to show kind of like how well behaved he is.
Okay. So Bo says, "Oh, I mean, it can't be any harder than looking after the cats, I'm sure."
Well, I mean, I guess. I mean, he doesn't. You know, he's a lot nicer than Richard.
A lot of things are a lot nicer than Richard.
But yeah, I can show you like real quick before I go like what he eats and stuff like that. Like you're okay with doing this, right? Because you can tell me right now if you're not cool with it.
Oh yeah, it's fine. I can take care of the animals.
Okay, thank you so much. um, yeah,
Right.
and oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, all right. So you show him like the diet that he has and the way to feed him and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And run through all that, and Bo follows along.
Mhm.
And he says, "Yeah, I should be able to handle that. I'm sure."
Mhm. He also really likes jerky, and I can show you real quick how to, give him some treats and stuff like that. And then, oh, did we lose?
It's okay.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh no, what happened?
Oh, it's fine. It's just my connection is kind of weird. So.
Oh, okay. But she was like, but yeah, Faye's like, yeah, he also likes jerky as a treat, and I can show you real quick how to give it to him, and then Faye take some jerky. Do I have jerky in my bag? I'm assuming. I've always assumed that I had
I'm
jerky.
assuming that you do. Yeah.
I never wrote it down officially, but I always assumed, and I'll write that down after this just to. Anyways, I pull like some jerky out of my bag and I hold it out for Moro, and I kind of like tell them like he's not really supposed to like just get it like all the time. Like he actually has to, good behavior and stuff like that.
So you explain like the trick for treat kind of scenario, the reward system, and he does a trick, and then you give him a piece of the jerky, and then he's on the floor kind of like chewing on it and rolling around, and he's kind of like trying to hold it with his front paws while he like plays around with it in his mouth. Yeah, should be easy enough for Bo to handle.
Okay, good. Because I'm like, I know he watches cats, but like, hey,
a
by
wolf
the
is
way,
something
can
different.
you? Yeah, like, oh, that's a doozy. But Faye just is like, yeah, well, if that's the case, then I will leave Moro there, and thank you so much for doing this for me. You're doing a huge solid. I owe you, so if you have any favors, she finger guns them. She's like, ask away.
He finger guns you back, and he says, "When you guys get back, we'll figure something out."
Okay, sounds good. It shouldn't
Looks like we're getting
be...
drunk again.
I actually do want to get drunk again with like the whole gang. That's gonna be fun. But yeah, she's just like, yeah, I totally owe you and stuff like that. I shouldn't be that much longer. I hope. Nervous laughter. And because she's like, oh shit, like in her head she's all like, yeah, I'm not gonna be much longer. I may be dead, but
yeah. So yep. He gives you the old nod of approval, and tells you to stay safe.
I'll try.
Yeah. As you leave the bakery. And are you heading back to the guild, or are you teleporting back to Vaskia, or what's the deal?
I'm gonna drop Moro off real quick at the guild.
Yep.
Just like leave the dog at the bakery.
Yeah. So you
that could be a problem, yeah.
take Moro back to the guild, and you find Timbertail sweeping like the glass into the bin, the trash. He's apparently had his fun stacking it. Now he's like, all right, this is garbage in the bin. And you leave Moro behind at the guild as you make your way.
I give him a big old hug before I go.
Oh,
Because
And
I'm
you-
like my dog.
yeah. You say a heartfelt goodbye, and leave him there. You give him an extra treat, and he's happy now.
Oh, buddy.
And you head over to the SSO building to teleport away to Vaskia.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
So you meet
They're
up
okay with it?
Yeah, you meet up with Lazira and you guys teleport back to Vaskia.
Okay.
So, back in Vaskia, Gunther, was there anything else you wanted to do?
Yes, I just remembered something I should have done like months ago.
Oh, good.
I need to go to the barracks.
Okay.
And because after the fight against Vecna and stuff, I picked up a bunch of stuff I want to bring back to the barracks there. I forgot to do it.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you head over to the guardhouse, the Sigil Shield Guild, and speak to some of the people there. What exactly are you doing? Just donating it back to them, or?
Well, I kind of wanted to talk to whoever's in charge.
Alrighty. There is a half-elven woman, named Katin Sunchaser. She's not like the big, buff, heavily armored kind of thing. She's sort of wearing chainmail, and she's wearing an apart from that, average guard sort of attire. And she's kind of giving orders to the smaller units, the privates and that kind of thing. And she would probably be the one to speak to.
Okay. So, does she seem really busy right now?
Not particularly. She's kind of just giving orders for the day and sending people off to do their thing. She's about finished.
Okay, so I'll just approach her and I'll say, hello. I've come today because I forgot to do something a while back. There was this fight against the cult and everything, and yeah, I picked up a few weapons in a shield on the battlefield and forgot to bring them back here.
Nonchalantly, I forgot to bring
Yeah.
the stuff, the dead people.
Yeah. She's just like, oh, that. I thought you were about to come in and say that you didn't pay a fine months ago. So,
Oh my god.
that's fine. That's okay. Well, we greatly appreciate you bringing that back to us. Roll an insight check for me real quick. Excellent.
Wow! Holy moly.
You can see her sort of
You
sizing
see
you up.
everything.
You can see her sizing you up, like looking you up and down. And part of you thinks like, part of you knows like she's just sort of like thinking like, oh, would you make guard material? Probably not. But
not.
you also get the idea that maybe she's kind of checking you out a little bit.
Oh.
Wow! Holy moly.
So,
First. She's just like, all of a sudden, she's like, like, ooh.
I could work with this.
Because there's like, I do not know how to deal with this. Help. Also, woman
like,
also.
Well, here's your swords and shields. Goodbye.
And you're an adult. Oh no, I'm the adult.
But yeah, I hand her the shield and long swords because there's 3 long swords, and I shake hands.
Okay.
She's like, oh, first base.
She gives a very like solid handshake.
And I say, my name is Jeffrey Wallace.
And she introduces herself as well. I'll write her name
in chat so I can write it
in
down.
chat. Yeah. Where is it? Here it is. Yeah.
Is that Katin or Katin?
Katine.
Katin, okay.
All right, it's written down. And
Alrighty.
it's a pleasure to meet you.
She nods and she's like, "Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you too. We finally have someone with some manners around here."
Oh my god.
She's into
I
it.
assume
Does Gunther realize the tension in the air?
Gunther realizes.
He's not okay with it though.
He's like, help. Oh, that's right. He's
She
like, bro,
broke.
that 20 on help. He just like comes back to like the past, like, help, a woman tried to hit on me today.
I assume
Oh, shit.
not everyone is like has good manners around.
She says, "Yeah, well, it's mostly the recruits and the underlings sucking up to the commanding officers. That kind of respect they have to show. But apart from that, not really well-mannered people."
Does that ever change
Gunther
with
thinks about
time?
the girl saying so.
But yeah, I was saying, does that ever improve over time?
Sometimes we really hammer it home with the recruits so that over time they learn to respect us even when they get to a decent enough rank.
Well, at least this is improvement. That's good.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty much all I came in for today, and yeah, I'll be on my way now. And
Bye. Runs out of there.
she nods and gives you a little wave goodbye.
Checks out his butt on the way out.
Yeah, let's get a perception check from Gunther. There's a lot of people around in this guild. It's a pretty busy place. Like there's a lot of guards working for Vaskia, so they it's pretty busy. So you kind of get out of the way of everybody real quick.
Wouldn't want to get in the way.
Yeah.
He's just all like, I just need to get out of here, help.
Yeah. Yeah. So, having done that, anything else you wanted to do? Real quick?
Yeah, actually, there is also I wanted to make a another thing.
Okay.
That would be pretty. I think that would be a lot easier to do that than the grenade I did.
Okay. And what might it be?
Basically the same thing, but with an arrow.
Oh, an exploding arrow?
Yeah, I'm making things for like. I'm gonna give one arrow to
everyone.
Finn.
Oh,
okay.
Sweet.
So you head back to your room to craft these arrows. I'll get you to make one of your your knowledge runes check.
Absolutely.
If he rolls a nat 1 on this, does the thing blow up in his face?
Don't say that.
So
My husband divorces me.
Yeah. Using some arrows that you have and putting the runes on them, you do it in such a way that I assume that you would have to like tap the rune to activate it before you fire the arrow.
Yeah, basically
that kind of
the
thing.
usual trigger to put the safety lock so it doesn't blow up in your quiver.
Yep. So it would be a bonus action to sort of tap the rune before she fires, but then it's an exploding arrow. Yep. So you are able to create 3 of those.
Oh,
Oh,
nice. Because I had an idea that if it fails, I have another idea that is much less powerful, but it could also do the trick. And the other idea was basically do the same thing, but with firebolt.
Yeah. So with the exploding arrows, so 3 exploding arrows, it's 3d6 fire damage.
All right.
And just on a hit, they deal the extra damage. If you miss with it though, you've used up the arrow, obviously.
Yeah.
So.
And this one is not like a radius; it's just the damage, the 3d6 on touch.
Yes.
Okay.
Also worth noting, if you roll like a crit with it, you don't crit the fire damage; you crit the arrow damage.
Okay. Good to know.
So, you've crafted 3 of those. So while you're doing all this, floating and making arrows, back to Diana.
Yes. Fuck. Floating and making arrows. Holy shit. Good cast and admirer. After leaving
Why?
Why? The girls are just like, but why? Why does she
Why?
see him? Look at him.
Why does what?
Look at this nerd. Why?
Like,
You just turn around and like see like Gunther sitting there cross-legged, like carving something into an arrowhead, and looks up like, what?
Oh fuck. Anyway,
I feel like Gunther, whenever he would carve something, he would have his pinky out.
Yes.
When
after going to the Hunters Guild, she's gonna head to the blacksmith. That, according to Clovis, should be really easy to find because it's the one place that's not covered in snow.
Yes. So as you're walking down the street, you find a place with a chimney that's billowing smoke, and like you can see through the front windows the glow of a forge burning away, and the heat coming off of it is stopping the snow from gathering on the building. Like it just melts the snow off. So you can see all the buildings around it, all like snow covered and stuff, all the roofs covered in snow, all that kind of thing. And then there's just this one that's like a normal house in the street.
Nice. Yeah, I'm heading there.
All right. You go and wipe your feet at the door and push the door open. It's kind of a heavy wooden door. And it's kind of slightly warped from like the heat on one side and the cold on the other.
Oh, that's funny.
You head inside and close the door behind you, and the woman you see in there, she's wearing what appears to be like some of her own like half plate armor that she's made, and she's kind of like testing it out and trying the pauldrons and like the joints and all that kind of stuff. She kind of has this almost charcoal skin, and really like glowing bright eyes. Like that.
Oh.
She has this black hair, and that's the armor she's wearing.
Interesting.
You can see kind of the accenting of it is like sort of wolf pelt and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And she. She looks up at you and gives you a nod.
Hello.
She gives you another slow nod and says, "Hello."
I feel like Diana at this point is trying to get a read on this woman because I mean she's heard about her, but seeing her, do I figure out like what the deal with her is?
Let's go either nature or history.
History, so much better.
Oh, okay. You've heard tales and sort of writings and stories and that kind of thing throughout the ages of what she could be. She was a human. She's of human descent. Both her parents are human, or were human. You know that she is an Azima.
Yeah, I knew it! I wasn't going to say it, but I knew it.
Dinah just has this moment where she's like, oh.
So she's kind of like a, I suppose, a chosen champion or someone who ascended into becoming a celestial life form from human.
Okay. Yeah, it's just like everything clicks in her head. She's like, oh, that's what he meant. Yeah, she approaches and she offers her hand and she introduces herself.
She goes and shakes your hand. She has a grip like Simon. She has small hands like yours, but like you crush steel with these hands.
Okay. Fuck. So Clovis has spoken really highly of you and your work, so I figured I'd drop by.
She nods and she says, "Oh, well, those are kind words. I'm glad to hear them."
I have a really interesting project in mind.
I love interesting projects.
And she begins explaining what she wants to do. She explains that, I mean, she has some skill in blacksmithing, but she's not exactly...
Okay. She does ask you if you would like to help out with the project or if you want her to just get it done.
I do want to help out.
Okay. Well, if you help out, that will lower the cost of it because less labor for me. And I can teach you a thing or two as we go.
That would be awesome.
Okay. Well, let me do some calculations here. So she says, well, if you're helping out with it, we can probably get it done in a day. Both of us working at the forge. 200 gold?
That sounds excellent.
Good. And so be it. Let's get started.
Okay. So we're doing this.
Yep. All right. So let me quickly do something real quick.
So I pay her, by the way.
Yep. And she teaches you a few skills that you can use in your blacksmithing, and teaches you how to properly heat and cool the armor. Techniques that she uses and that she's learned works better over, her throughout her experience. And you guys work at the forge together to create these items. I'll get a blacksmithing check from you, as she does the other two things.
Just one?
Mm-hmm. I'll give you advantage because
Oh my god!
Oh my god! What?
This is unfortunate.
What?
Yep. So
Yikes! Oof.
I'm so upset right now.
Like I quit.
So you start working on one of the blades, and it doesn't come out properly in the heat in the forge. The metal melts in particular ways, and it kind of warps the blade like snakily. And she comes along and sort of checks it out, and she says, well, I can use this blade for something else, so that works for me. But we'll try again for your one. And she hands you some more of the steel that she's using to let you try again. Thankfully, you didn't get to a point where you had to use any of the other ingredients yet. But for a dry run,
there's
you haven't
plenty
really
of them,
done.
but yeah,
You haven't really done it in practice yet, so
yeah.
it's kind of like it's all new to you.
Reading,
but you're starting to get the idea of it, so you can roll it again,
okay.
and you still have advantage because she's still helping you out.
Well, okay,
that's better. That's a lot better.
Yeah.
God.
So yeah, the first run was kind of a rough, dry run, but you got the idea of how it works. All right, let's try it for real now. So you jump into it, and you do use up the supplies that you.
Yeah, you can tell me like in the end how many of those were.
So you successfully create your one, and then she does the other two.
Okay.
And you do this for the rest of the day until more or less evening.
Okay. Cool. There is one thing I want to do before I return to the castle.
Right.
It's real quick. I just she wants to drop by the library and borrow some books on dragons.
Okay.
She's looking information specifically about the Green Dragon.
All right. So on your way back, you stop at the.
That's fine. She's probably all like.
You are, yeah. You have like charcoal, basically, or the ash. Yeah, you're black from the forge. Your skin feels kind of tight from the heat of the forge, and stepping out into the cold makes it even worse. It's like when you're sunburned, your skin gets all tight. It's kind of like that.
Ooh.
So you walk to the library, and I'll get an investigation check from you as you check out some of the books and try to find one that has useful information that could give you.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
A bit
Yikes!
of insight. You do manage to find one book. Most of the others you kind of give a quick flip through, and they don't really have much that you don't already know.
Okay.
But you do find one that has information on green dragons that could be of use. What exactly are you looking for?
I'm looking for like ways we can make we can give like Marcellin advantages against. So I'm like trying to figure out just things about green dragons, like particularities about them, I guess.
Okay. You find obviously information that you already know, as in like green dragons are very manipulative and they're cunning and they're very
poison,
skillful.
Blah blah blah. Yeah.
Yeah. All that sort of stuff. You know that oftentimes green dragons are involved in corruption and that sort of thing of people. So like kings that lead cities and all that kind of stuff. The shit that Winterpierce did is the type of shit typically a green dragon would be responsible for. Yeah. As per things that would give her an advantage or weaknesses.
There's particularities about green dragons.
Okay. They have a real mean poison breath that works in like a cone, similar to the white dragon's poison breath.
Goes without saying, I think.
Let me check something. You know that typically white dragons are not quite as tough as green dragons. Green dragons are tougher, but white dragons would use more underhanded tactics to beat them.
Any particularities about like the green dragon that could give them advantage? Like I know, for example, the white dragons, they have like advantage like the cold areas, like they kind of like.
If the green dragon were in like a forest, that would give them the upper hand, definitely, because they use the forest to their advantage. They manipulate the wood itself, not the wood of the trees, but like the forest, to sort of give them like an advantage in battle. They can they can shear off cliff faces and release toxins into the air out of the trees and those sorts of effects. Yeah. They can also use things like birds and vermin and stuff like that in the area as eyes and ears for themselves if they get in touch with the forest.
Okay.
Similar to how Mistiril would in the Heartwood.
Yeah.
A green dragon is able to manipulate in a more underhanded way the creatures of the forest and use them as puppets, as pawns.
Mm. Okay.
Mistral's not going to be happy that we.
I mean, we're temporal allies.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's not like Faye shook her hand.
Okay, so
It's true.
I imagine that being an ancient dragon, like she's not really going to be affected by the fact that it's frozen over like this place.
Oh no.
So that should be fine.
No, they don't have any. She doesn't have any particular weaknesses to anything.
Yeah.
Like you know that she's immune to poison.
Yeah, obviously.
And immune to being poisoned
obviously.
as a condition. But
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. You also know that with like a bite from her teeth, she has like this venom, this poison that she can inject.
Yeah.
So if she can get a good bite on him early on,
okay,
and poison him early on, he's not immune to being poisoned. If she can poison him early on, then that would give you guys a massive advantage throughout the battle, like over time.
Yeah.
Because it would weaken him and do damage to him. Yeah.
Okay.
You're looking for something else?
There's something I know that Diana doesn't know, and I don't want to be mitigating about it. So I was trying to figure out if she like put it together.
I mean, it might be me not remembering, but if you point it out to me, like what?
They're amphibian green dragons.
That's very true. They are. Yes, they can breathe air and water,
which white dragons are not.
Correct.
Okay.
So she could try and drown him, is what you're. They can swim and they can hold their breath for a long time, though. The white dragons, they have a really hardy constitution.
I'm
It's the
just
one thing
thinking
about
that
them
we have such a fucking perfect spot for that fight.
Yeah.
Just between the lake and the forest.
Mm.
That's what I was.
And it's out of town too, so.
And it's outside the city, which that's kind of what I was trying to get at.
Just
like,
that
you mean like
fucker.
before it gets to the city,
Yeah,
you're thinking like somewhere around here.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's probably what I'm gonna suggest that we do. Next time we get into like actual strategy for battle. So that's gonna be.
Yes.
That's what I'm looking at.
That was one thing that it completely skipped me.
Yeah, I was like,
so there you go.
I don't want to bring it up because I'm like, I know this, but she doesn't. And I
Yep.
don't want
Nope, that was a good thing to bring up because I missed it. I would have told you that.
A possibility. I'm just thinking we want to give her like all the advantages she can get.
Yep.
Like even if she's tougher, like we don't know. Okay. After doing her research, she's gonna head back and see what's going on at the castle.
All right. So you head back to the castle. While you're doing that, Faye, you arrive back in Vaskia.
What time of day is it? Like with everything that went on in Passage, like around what time do I arrive back?
You would have arrived back at
probably like early afternoon.
Yeah, like midday, early afternoon, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Midday, early afternoon. Okay. Really quick, just out of character. I just want to like double check with you guys. Did we agree about like talking to the Arrow Rock Hunting Co. Guild leader?
Diana
about,
went,
like,
but she didn't talk to anyone about it, so you can go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I just was making sure because you didn't do it, and I didn't want to like go over there and be like, "That's not what we agreed on" or anything like that.
Mm.
Yeah. So, No, if that's the case, then when Faye gets back, she's going to head to the Arrow Rock Hunting Co. and talk to the guild leader.
Okay. So, Faye heads back to the Arrow Rock Hunting Co.
Mm-hmm.
In Vaskia.
Yes.
So, Pris, you having audio problems?
Yeah. I don't hear
no.
anything.
Am I having it? Are
No,
you able to hear
it's
me?
Pris's laptop. She can't hear anyone.
Okay. I'm so sorry.
I don't know. No, it's not you. I don't know. The quality seems to be good. It's just
Choppy.
Yeah.
It's like that. Oh, you know what? It's like that one time I was having issues, remember? And I had to switch to my phone.
It's not that bad. It'll be fine, and then suddenly it's just quiet. And I can't tell that people are talking because I hear it from Nick's headset.
Okay.
But I'm looking at like the quality of the connection. It seems to be good. It's green. It's like all three files. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're just being dramatic, Discord.
Yeah, seriously. Anyway, go ahead with what you guys are doing.
Yeah. So I arrived to the Arrow Rock Hunting Co. And I guess I look around and see if I recognize. Well, I don't know what she looks like, but
Right.
I just kind of look around to see if it looks like someone who is in charge is there.
Yep. So immediately you are approached by a elven woman.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty soon after, like, you walk inside and then you close the door behind you so you don't let all the snow in.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see like there's this half orc guy who's like showing off to some of the younger members of the Hunters Guild, like some of the teenagers and stuff like that, like by the back of the room, like showing off like the bow that he's playing around with and all that kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this elven woman approaches you. Her form almost looks like it isn't real. Like she's just one of those like super slender, really long proportioned elves.
Just by looking at her, am I able to judge what kind of elf she is? Like whether she's like a high elf or a wood elf or something?
She's a high elf, definitely.
A high elf. Okay, yeah. Just by judging how you were saying it, I was thinking high elf, but yeah.
Yeah, she approaches and extends a hand toward you.
Faye kind of returns the greeting and she says like, hello, I'm Faye, Faye Lockhart. I actually am originally from Passage, and I am a member of the guild over in Passage. And I just wanted to stop by and introduce myself. And I was wondering if I could talk to whoever is in charge here.
She nods and smiles, and she says, "I'm Marlith Axelbright. I welcome you to our guild here, and I would be the one who is in charge."
Oh, perfect. I actually need to ask you a few questions, but if you don't mind, do you mind if we move somewhere a little more private?
She turns around and she sees like the half orc is regaling these kids with this tale of how he used his bow to bring down some great big bird and all this kind of stuff. And they are fully entranced with his story, and she welcomes you to a side room where you guys can have a seat. It's like a little office, like an interview room.
Mm-hmm.
He closes the door behind you and welcomes you to sit down.
Okay.
It seems as though almost all of the chairs and all that kind of stuff is upholstered with like really soft animal pelts and all that kind of stuff. All stuff that the guild itself has hunted.
Interesting. Faye takes a seat, and I guess she waits for the R1 to take a seat across from her.
Yep.
And what's that? Oh, okay. Anyways, she just like once like they're sitting down and everything, Faye's like, she explains, she's like, Well, I don't want to cause alarm or anything like that, but there's going, in the next couple days, there's going to be a pretty big fight. I don't want to go too much into details right now because I don't want to raise alarm or anything like that, but it's from, we got orders from the king himself, and we all kind of agreed that we talked to a few of the guild leaders here, and your name was brought up, and we were wondering if you could gather a few of your, probably your best hunters, just a handful. Like, we don't need a lot. Well, how many do you think, guys, like really quick out of character, how many? Like a handful or like how many?
Where exactly do we want to set these guys?
Yeah.
Up to you.
Like hiding in the forest, or
I was thinking
typically
the
they
forest.
probably would. Yeah, they typically with long range attackers, they are probably better if they are like kind of hiding out of sight, out of mind.
like
because
sharpshooters is what we want for this situation. Well, I would say yeah, about a handful.
A handful. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you guys were like, no, we need more, or like, no, we need like only maybe a couple or anything. Okay, so yeah, she's like, just explains like, yeah, just
say 3 or 4.
3 or 4. Okay, yeah, like a handful, like 3 or 4 of your best like long range shooters, and if you could stop by the castle. When's a good time? Like, we never discussed like a time where everyone would meet. When would be a
Probably
good?
not today, because
Yeah,
there's that whole situation going on.
yeah, and that's just okay. But maybe tomorrow. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I just wanted to make sure before, like, I say like right now, and then like a bunch of people show up, and it's just a panic.
Even more people.
Yeah.
Let's not do that to him.
She's like, and then Faye says, yeah, like, just bring a few of your best shooters, come by the castle tomorrow. Let's say maybe late morning, early afternoon, and we can go over the details of the situation.
Understood. I will speak with 1 or 2 people that I know can be trusted on this.
Excellent.
And she nods and smiles.
So it's interesting. I don't mean to pry, but I don't typically see a lot of, high elves of like your stature, typically going off and being, big hunters. I come from, like a little more south, and I'm a wood elf and everything like that. But we don't typically see high elves like you do this. I don't mean to like cause any offense.
Yeah, as you're speaking, you see like a smile widen across her face. And she says, "Oh, don't worry. I bring my share to the table."
Oh, I'm sure you do. I just, I thought that was interesting. We see a few high elves, but they're typically, they're not really into the whole hunting business, I guess you could say.
Yes, well, I suppose I am a bit different in that regard.
Where are you from?
Oh, not from here. I'm from another continent.
Oh.
Fairly far north of here.
Interesting. Are like a bunch of high elves that like of your type more like hunters like you are?
Maybe a few.
A few?
I just took a shine to it in particular.
Well, I mean, you obviously are doing pretty well if you are, the guild master here. So
she smiles and bows her head respectfully.
Faye bows her head respectfully back, not really knowing how to respond to this.
Mm-hmm.
I always figured that like what elves are, they're like they probably have their polite greetings, but they don't typically like bow their heads towards people.
Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely like a high elf thing.
Yeah, just like, oh, okay, bow your head. Well, I will probably see you tomorrow. It was certainly nice meeting you, and I probably will get to see you a bit more since, I am part of the guild, and if there's any hunting things you ever need me to take care of while I'm ever visiting, like hit me up.
Yo.
Yo.
She smiles and nods, and she walks around her desk, her interview table, and gives you another rather soft and elegant handshake. She feels like she weighs almost nothing, like with her
Holy
hand.
moly.
And she has
I
another
feel like I'm gonna
respectful
slingshot her into the ceiling if I shake too hard.
Yeah, she has another respectful head bow before she makes her way to the door and opens it for you.
I wave goodbye, and then I'm gonna head back to the castle.
Okay. So all of you meet back at the.
I suppose at different times of day.
Yeah, different times of day, but
Yeah.
eventually,
Diana ends really late. She had a
eventually
long
once
day.
Diana returns.
Yeah.
Evening.
Not like Jeffrey went anywhere that for very long.
Yeah,
he just literally went out for a bit, and then he was in his room all day.
He was busy.
Yeah, well, that was the thing, is that you
had
spent
a
your
trouble
day
day.
like carving stuff, so you were there for quite some time carving like intricate runes into things. So
He had to recuperate after that whole encounter.
So what's going on in the evening when she returns?
Once you arrive, the stream of people flowing in for the day, like to give gifts and condolences to Clovis, has thinned all the way down to just a couple of people. And it's less of like a formal, gift giving line, and now more of like a little everyone's standing around making small talk kind of shindig in the main hall of the palace.
Okay. When she comes in, she just kind of like waves awkwardly, covered in whatever the fuck she's covered in.
In like soot.
Yeah.
Soot. Clovis turns toward you and waves as well, and he just kind of like gives you a look of like, what the fuck happened to you? And the person he's speaking with like turns to see who he's waving at, and then and he speaks to them again. They turn their attention back to him, giving you enough time to sneak away if you wish to.
Yeah. I'm assuming there's somewhere she can go wash up.
Yeah.
Well, she's gonna do that.
Yeah. Head back to the restroom, and it's like it's a room kind of like around the corner from Clovis's, and it's like a large, elegantly tiled like bathroom, with huge mirrors stretching wall to wall, full plumbing interior, which is like, plumbing is something that's not
everyone has
super common. So, running taps and showers and baths and that kind of thing. So you clean yourself up as best you can. You leave one of the sinks in a. It's a lot darker than the others, shall we say? Like this lovely white marble, and then there's just like this dark gray sink.
She's just like gonna leave that bathroom. There's like footprints and like soot all over the place. There's handprints on the wall.
I just figured she'd like have a bath or a shower or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, you properly wash up until the point where you're properly clean. But yeah, there's a lot of soot.
It's like, oops.
It's fine.
Whoops.
Griselda will handle it.
You make that sound like that's not a big problem, but it's a big problem to her.
This is not a Diana problem. I suppose at this point she's just kind of gonna hang out until the princess, well, the king is done with his stuff. That
Gotta
he's
stop yourself.
That's gonna be a thing for a while, I reckon.
Yeah, me too. So you hang out until he's done. And once, Griselda kind of urges the visitors enough times to the point where they get the hint and it's time for them to fuck off.
It's like, go.
Yeah, they take their time, they say their goodbyes and head out. And Clovis returns over to the throne. He just kind of sits down like with this big sigh of like, finally it's finished. He just kind of sits there like with his head rested against the throne. He's like just looking up at the ceiling. Arms laying by his side. He's like, oh.
I feel so bad for you.
Yeah.
It's like, it's one of those things where like, I'm sure everyone's just, well-intentioned by doing this, but it's like, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck. She's just like, one day.
Long day.
Same. How you doing?
Well, holding up. It's been nice having everyone give their condolences and come and visit and give gifts and the like. We're probably the last family in the city that needs any kind of gifts or charity, but it was nice. Exhausting, but nice.
I guess it's the thought that counts, really.
So, what happened to you? Was it like what? Not like what? What did you get up to? Like what happened to you?
I met the blacksmith today.
Ah. Did you not get along?
No, it was fine.
Can you imagine like her throwing like this bucket of soot in your face? Like, get out!
We got along just fine. She's very serious.
Yeah, she's a stern person.
I get what you mean though. That was interesting. I suppose we got some work done, you could say.
That's good.
She explains what she's working on at the moment.
And you guys did get a lot done. Like you got the 3 things that you went to her for. All 3 of those finished.
Dope.
It's just the one that you're waiting on to receive probably tomorrow.
Yeah.
So yes, he nods and he says, "Well, it's nice to know that you're making friends."
That feels like something Simone would say.
I'm saying like they're more alike in in more ways than they realize.
It's making Diana really uncomfortable. It's like, oh no. Okay. So what's everyone else up to at this point?
Yes. What is everyone else up to?
Whenever Faye gets back from her hunting guild thing, she is gonna find Diana because she needs to talk to her about something.
Okay.
Are they just like at the throne room or anything like that, or?
Yeah, just in like the main hall, hanging out.
Okay. Okay. Faye approaches them, and then she looks over to Diana, and she says, "So there was something I wanted to discuss with you. It was about like when we were it's actually on our way back from our trip from the Greenwoods, and I figured maybe you would know. what that was, because it was, yeah.
Okay.
So
roll. So you explain like the whole
okay.
the whole like crows thing, or I'm just trying to
I was just gonna do it though.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure, like for me, like what exactly you were talking about.
Go ahead.
No,
It was the crows
exactly.
thing. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Sorry,
Oh,
I was just for the sake of role playing. I was just like, I wanted to actually tell her.
Yeah,
personally.
no, absolutely. Yeah, go ahead. I just want to make sure I was on the same page.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so she's like, you know how we looked really, really tired yesterday when we came in?
You look terrible, yeah.
Yeah, it was bad. Well, when we left the Greenwoods, we had like an idea that, we could stay at the abandoned fortress because, we camped out there before and it didn't really seem like anything out of the ordinary. But when we approached, there was like an abundance of like these crows all over the place. And, we all like all of a sudden we all looked at each other and we said, fucking no. And we went a little bit further, like about 2 hours ahead of time. And well, we went to rest and Lazara took the first watch. And I was fine. I was like, like I don't really sleep and everything. So I was fine. I just did my meditation and I woke up and I was ready to go for my round. But then she informed me that there was some stuff going on, like some weird stuff. And I figured, it was just like an animal or like something like that, and then things got really weird. I was just, minding my business. And then this shadowy figure kind of crept up from behind me. And it was like I tried to look at him and then he was just gone. That's how it happened, right?
Oh, yeah.
I imagine
Okay. I was just like,
it's like,
yeah. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, anyways, she continues and she's like, he was just gone. And then the weirdest thing happened. Like, I look over at everyone and everyone, like even like my brother and Lazara and Gunther were all stirring in their sleep. It looked like they were very uncomfortable, like they were experiencing like a night terror or something like that. And it put everyone on edge. And as soon as everyone woke up, it was super early. We just hightailed it back over to Passage. And, I remember telling you if anything ever concerned us or like anything concerning happened, we'd bring it up to you right away. I would have told you earlier, but I had to rush out this morning. I'll explain that later, but
yeah, that's understandable. Okay, so what
Right. So after she's explained everything, Diana, why don't you roll one of your Demon Hunter checks to see if you can figure out what that's all
let's
about?
see how we roll for this one.
Yeah, not too
Okay.
bad. All right. So you can pretty easily tell this is like all the telltale signs of a night hag.
Ooh.
Oh no! Oh my god, that would have been so awful to experience.
And night hags typically what they do is they find adventurers who dwell too close to their lair, and they haunt their dreams and suck sort of the dream energy away from them, and that's how they keep themselves like living, by giving these people horrible nightmares and then basically dream eating.
Oof.
Sounds like you guys ran into a hag again.
Again, joy. But what's kind of weird if you think about it is that we didn't ever experience this the last time we're there, so that's recent, isn't it?
Well, I suppose a hag could have easily just decided to set up
just
somewhere in that area and just,
You think that she picked somewhere more populated, though? I mean, the abandoned fortress? Not a lot of people would go there. She's trying to, suck the life energy out of people.
Is that like commonly like traveled area?
Roll a
is it
survival
like
check.
Like just Diana or okay. Yeah, because I'm just like, that is a weird thing. Like, she's trying to okay.
yeah, Diana, what Faye's bringing up is just like, yeah, you're not entirely sure. That doesn't make much sense. But Faye, the more you explain it yourself, the more you're starting to realize the reason you guys had to stop there is because it is like a good halfway point between Dernderom and Shalator or Ilfiend or wherever else up that way people are going. Like, it's a good halfway stopping point if people aren't comfortable with a town full of goblins, for example. They would stop by that abandoned fortress because it's abandoned.
Yeah.
There's no one there. So she set up there. And that's probably what she's been doing, people going by that area. She's just been... Or she could very well be haunting the people of Dernderom as well. If it's nearby enough, she could just travel away from her lair.
Yeah, actually, if you mention it, that does make a lot of sense, because we went halfway, which makes sense. Huh. I guess Faye's gonna correct herself and then just kind of mention that, like, I guess that is a halfway point, you know, for people to, like, stop at. But it does seem a little weird that, you know, she's just recently been there. Like, I just wonder what, you know, if that's something that we should take care of or something like that. I mean, obviously not right now.
Yeah, we could probably. I mean, I'm sure we'll run into it at some point again.
Just I thought I'd bring it up to you because it was pretty freaky. So
yeah, I don't like those things.
Ugh.
We should deal with it sometime.
Yeah. Because especially if we ever have I know we have some business in Shalator, and we probably will be having to stop in that area anyways if we do that. Maybe good idea to check that out. Faye and Diana.
That's just kind of like thinking about, like, okay, how am I gonna kill this thing when we get to it? This is making plans ahead of time.
Okay, that's all I technically really need. Oh, also, Faye mentioned, she's like, so also when we stopped by in Passage, Timbertail was there, but he decided that he was going to take another contract and head out. But she just rest assured, I got someone to watch your cats. So.
Oh, that's Bo?
Yes.
Yeah, that's usually how that goes. Thanks for that.
Yeah, no problem.
You guys just kind of rushed out.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good to know. Yeah. I wouldn't want to come back home to dead cats. That would be
pretty disappointing.
I kind of figured. We should probably, do something for him though, because not only is he watching my cats, he's watching Moro for me as well. And I feel a little bad that I just dumped a wolf onto this guy who probably has no knowledge about how to take care of wolves. I did my best, but I still feel a little crummy.
I'm sure we can pay him back somehow.
Okay.
She just smiles at you.
Stop. Don't give me that look, Diana.
No, it's not like a cheeky smile. It's a very genuine smile.
Okay. I was just like, don't give me that look, Diana.
Wiggles eyebrows.
You're like, you do not get to give me slack. The girl who literally locked herself in her room for a day after her son against her.
We don't talk about that.
Diana headbutts you.
That was about it. That's all I really wanted to tell her.
So she's like, what?
Yeah. So you guys spend some time explaining all of that. Gunther, is there anything else you wanted to do before the...
About what time is it when I finish my arrows?
Evening, like when they're having their chat. That was about the time you finish, because you make 3 of them, so it takes you some time.
Yeah. Alright, so I'll just hop out of my room, make my way to wherever they are. Well, I mean, like, to the main hall, that's where they are, right?
Yep.
Does he look still just real quick out of character? Does Gunther still look a little uncomfortable after that whole thing?
Oh, he was too busy. He forgot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's kind of worked it off now.
Okay. I was just wondering if he was like,
He doesn't linger on feelings too long.
All right, he's not Faye.
What are feelings anyway?
Oh my god.
Can I sell those?
Can't make money off of those.
Those make money.
You know what you do? You take your emotions, you ball them up in a feeling, then you sell them and make a profit.
Put them in a jar and sell it.
Oh my god. Anyways, continue. Okay, sorry about that.
No worries. He just comes out and he just joins you guys and sees what's going on. Like, what do I get from their conversation? Like,
they are
they finishing it basically?
Yeah, they're about done with their conversation.
All good.
You're just getting like, yeah, we should do something to like, you know, reward Bo for his hard work.
Jeffrey's just like, hello, how are you all doing?
Good.
Gunther walks in like, speaking of bows.
I mean,
Fuck.
So I've been busy today. I made things.
You're busy?
I worked hard.
I mean, you worked.
Indeed.
Diana just throwing shade, but I've never. Diana's like, I mean, you probably work, but I've never seen you work hard.
It's hard work. It doesn't seem like it, but it's hard work. And
we're just bullying a half elf.
He pulls the ball he worked on. He's like, see this thing? That could blow up. That was hard work.
He's just all like, I will bomb us all if you don't stop.
Takes out the arrows and snaps them over his knee like, fuck you guys.
I was making some nice explosive arrows, but if you all want them, I'll keep them.
I mean, I'll take them. Like, we were just like, I mean, you can't argue with Fat Gunther. I mean, Jeffrey. That's so weird. Can I still call you Gunther?
No.
I'm still gonna call you Gunther.
You just said.
Oh my god.
Can I still call you Gunther? No.
So, by the way, how did the situation with Marigold go?
Yeah, how did that go?
So, okay, you guys want to hear how awesome my day was? Okay, so first thing, like, I wake up and I message Marigold and I say, hey, what's a good time that, like, we can, like, meet up so you can take care of Varion? And then all I respond is, like, 3 words, and she says, I'll take care of it. Oh, wait, what did she say?
I'm on it.
I'm on it. Yeah, she says, I'm on it. So I bust into Lazira's room. I kick down her door and I say, we need to go. And we teleport over to Passage. I get to the guild. She crashes through a window. She didn't have the decency to just open our front door, you know, whatever.
Mom's not gonna like that.
Yeah. Timbertail said he was going to take care of it, but I mean, it's Timbertail. You know?
Fine.
You say that, but I mean, Timbertail's way of fixing it is probably putting like a band-aid on and be like, there, it's fixed. Timbertail has fixed this window.
He's a good boy. He tries his best.
But yeah, she crashes through the window and I get in, and Timbertail's just, you know, mindlessly just like, you know, sweeping up the glass. I rush down, Varion's gone, and I just automatically assume that she basically murdered him, and now his body parts are all over the place, and we're gonna get in trouble. We're gonna get like framed for murder. So Lazira and I like jump out the window. I don't even know why we didn't use the door. We jump out the window and we track Marigold down, and he's fine. She's taking care of him. Gunther wasn't entirely wrong when he said that he would be like, you know, swimming with the fishes. So there's that.
Well,
a distant Gunther laugh.
I mean, he's there. He's listening.
Yeah.
He's just laughing
Then I
because he's laughing because his joke came true.
Worth.
Dad just kind of shows and she's like, oh, that seems fair to me.
Yep. No, that's fine. I was more concerned at the fact that, like, she killed him in the guild, and then everything was going to get tracked back to us, and that wasn't something. I don't feel like explaining to the authorities why we had a man tied up in our bed, and then someone came, like, in our bed, in our basement. Stop.
No.
I know what you were doing in your free time, but that's not me.
But we feel like why we had a man tied up in our basement, and like why a woman came in and slaughtered him, and like, is this some sort of organization thing? But it sounds like she's taking care of it, so that's good news. So that was my day. How was your guys' day?
Well, you already know mine.
I had a great day. Busy day, but a good day.
Nice. Oh, by the way, I talked to the guild leader of the Arrow Rock Hunting Co., and she is going to stop by tomorrow. I told her sometime between late morning, early afternoon to stop by, and I didn't tell her everything because I didn't want to, have her like freak out or anything like that. Interesting woman she was, by the way. But yeah, she's gonna stop by sometime tomorrow with a few of her best, guildies, and well, Clovis, you can probably explain the situation, and she probably will know exactly what to do in this situation. She seems like she knows what to do.
Okay. Clovis says, well, we do have very capable people here in Vaskia, so I'm sure they'll be quite handy in the whole ordeal. Yes, we'll have a meeting tomorrow with them and fill them in on exactly what they need to know.
Mm-hmm.
How much exactly did you tell them?
I just said that there's a big thing going on and that I wasn't going to go into detail and everything like that, but it would be best if she stopped by and we have a meeting. I didn't tell her about, the dragon thing. Like, she kind of whispers, is there anyone else in the room?
No, it's just you guys.
Okay, never mind.
I would hope so, because you're talking about us murdering a man.
Yeah.
Oh, man, murdering a man, no big deal. But a dragon, we had to keep really quiet about that.
Thomas is just sitting there sweating.
Yeah.
Like, they're trustworthy, I swear.
Guys, please.
But no, I didn't say much. I just told her that there's, I just told her that there's probably a big fight gonna happen in the coming days. And I just said that I wasn't gonna explain much, and to just bring like her most trustworthy people over and stuff like that, and we would explain everything, like, because I feel like you should be the one to explain it, not me. So
He nods and he says, well, I'm sure this will go well for us. This is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're having another big meeting tomorrow, I guess.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right. So that's what you guys have.
Before I forget, here, Faye, take these arrows you don't deserve.
Take these, I guess, woman who gave me shit.
You'll make better use of them anyway.
Thank you, Gunther.
He squints.
I was quiet because I was expecting like a follow up from that, but there wasn't one.
He just squints. Also, yeah. The name is the name for the arrows that you're gonna have to write is Hellfire Arrow because I like fancy names.
Oh my god. I like how your one was fireball ball, and then this one's like hellfire arrows. Like original,
Because
the character,
fireball
do
ball
not
just
steal.
sounds so stupid. I loved it.
Do you have the information on those, and you can send those to me?
I'll copy paste the effect for you.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. So you guys have this all sorted out?
Yep.
Make plans.
Excellent. And we will pick this up again
Next week. Yep.
Yep.
Sounds good. So
All right.
I'll stop recording.